I'm Stephen Handisides. I'm here at the Cosmetech Conference, and I'm here with Dr Caladari from Dubai. And you've been doing some really interesting talks. Tell us a little bit about what you've spoken about at Cosmetech.
So I've had 2 talks already. The first talk was mainly on the treatment of the tear troughs. So, this is a new kind of approach because there's not a lot of products that are out there that are mainly catered to kind of deal with the tear troughs, which is the area underneath the eyes and the dark circles. So this product is fantastic to rightfully place, very safe, natural results, and people love it.
Because it's a common problem that a lot of people have with the dark circles. It is quite difficult to treat, isn't it, without getting lumps or the skin's quite
Absolutely. There are 3 reasons why people get dark circles. The first one is hollowness, and this is the most common one. And then you have, probably veins that are there. And then finally you got pigment. And the pigment is probably the most difficult to get rid of. That's a little bit more on the genetic side. And back where I come from, dark circles are very, very common. So, that's the reason why, this product actually works for those kind of patients.
So the second talk, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, the second talk has to do with beauty concepts and how we should look at different patients from different backgrounds differently. So, if you bring someone who has, for example, coming from an African descent or an Indian descent, and you try to kind of dictate the Western look onto them, that's not really very attractive. And now different ethnicities have become even more important when Disney started doing it. Because if you look at up till 1991, you always had all of the Disney princesses were Caucasian. But then, you had Aladdin that came on, and you had Jasmine, who was one of the princesses.
It's my favorite.
That's your favorite. Then you have Pocahontas, who was Native American, Mulan from Asia, and then Princess Tiara from The Princess and the Frog. And, now you know that different ethnicities is important. And so for you to tackle those kind of patients, you really have to understand what their definition of beauty is, not your definition of beauty.
So, a common procedure, I'm pretty sure this is right, in Asia is, eyelid surgery, and a lot of them wanting to be more European. What's your perception on that?
That's true. That's really very funny that you actually asked this. A lot of the Asians, especially the Koreans, so Asians come in different, they're not all the same. So, for example, the Koreans are very much drastic in terms of changing the way that they look, and they like the Western look. Those are the Koreans. The Japanese, not so much, and also the Chinese, also not so much. But definitely the Koreans, they like the open eyes, more of the Western look, a little bit more on the higher cheekbones. They really try to kind of also make their jawline smaller. So they will inject a little bit of your toxin right here to kind of shrink in your masseters. Believe it or not, they also inject their calves because their calves are a little bit more, a little bit more fuller, and they want to kind of make it more slender and more slim. So they inject a little bit of toxin there to kind of make it thinner.
Great. Well, that's a great insight. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show, and really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.